T.I. and Tiny have a big problem.
Yeah, and it's going to take a little bit more than understanding to kick it.
And
Black man!
Find out what black man is the new Batman.
Holy hot sauce, Keisha. Batman is black.
Honey, Hollywood strikes black gold at the Golden Globes.
And we're not talking Texas tea.
Definitely not. All that and so much more on the next Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend.
Holy...
All right, Mocha Marvels. It's another grand Friday, the first Friday in March, and welcome to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boy, and of course, I could not do this without my Cafe con leche, my officially Jorge. Hey!
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. But what's that on your teeth? What is
going on? Well, it's my new Burst coconut whitening strips. I thought my teeth needs a little bit of a pop.
They're popping. You know what? I love me some officially Jorge, y'all. He's trying to keep it cute, keep it white. I ain't mad, boo. Just the teeth, because everything on here is black in color. Oh, okay. Anyway, we have so much to talk about in our piping hot, our steamers, but
first, see, and then it keeps because coffee will stain your teeth. Maybe I can't no stained teeth.
Get you some Burst and hustle.
Mocha in the Morning is brought to you in part by the Portico Cafe, where conversation, connection, and community create change. Coconut whitening strips by Burst. Visibly whiter teeth after just one application.
All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and it's time for our officially Jorge to bring you our week's steamers. What you got for us, honey?
And first of all, I want to say Happy National Women's Month.
Yay! Y'all already see I'm queening.
Word, I love it. Mm-hmm. That's super fun. So are you ready for some steamers?
Absolutely. What you got?
Okay, so number one, the day has come. Coming to America. It's finally here. It starts streaming tonight on Amazon, and so that's gonna be super exciting. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have put out my outdoor theater and invite some of my neighbors to come over and watch it outside and play really loud. Right? Wouldn't it be fun?
That sounds like a good idea.
I know, especially since everybody in my neighborhood is white.
That means you're gonna have to show them part 1 and then 2, okay? Because they're coming to America. Don't we live here already?
So Eddie Murphy is back with his best friend, Arsenio Hall.
Yes.
And what's really interesting about it, I was reading that when they made Coming to America, he was kind of like done with it. He was like, great, successful, keep it moving. He didn't anticipate on Coming to America kind of achieving like this cult status where like the people were like, yo, and where's the sequel? What's up? Like he had zero intention, and it kind of just took a life of its own. But he wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this show or that the movie is about family, and tradition and doing the right thing.
With some great comedy. Listen, can you imagine the pressure that he's under to make this thing really good? Because it's like it's almost, it's a classic movie. And if you come with part 2 and it's not good, people are already going to be skeptical because they're like, just leave it as it was. Just leave it as a classic.
Right.
But Eddie Murphy, I have high expectations of him just because of the caliber of actor, producer, director he is. And I really think this is going to be really good. So I'm excited. I cannot wait to watch it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's my anniversary.
Choreo,
yes.
I'm down for the barbershop. Like,
yes. I'm excited. I can't wait. My husband and I have a whole weekend planned for our anniversary, and one of those nights is just straight movie night. So we're just going straight. So obviously Coming to America is going to be the first one on the list.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
All right, so this is really cool because it's the first time it's happened. I know we talk about a lot of firsts on this show. So The Soul of a Nation, has made its premiere on ABC.
Yeah.
And what's different is that this is the first time there's been a news magazine show dedicated, to Black people and Black culture and Black information in the Black experience, but for all people. So it's time to get some education.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it. It's amazing how long, and we still have a long way to go, but just to see the amount of effort now being put behind telling these stories, the stories have always been there, but we need the support from others to make them come to life. That's just what it is, because they own the space.
Yeah.
So I'm excited at the number of stories and productions and effort that I see giving Black voices, Black creatives, an opportunity to tell our story.
Yeah.
I can't tell my story as a white person. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm excited to see that level of execution.
Yeah. And on prime time. So.
On prime time. That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
On ABC. All right. So the teasers have been out. I cannot wait for March 7th when the Duchess sits down with the Queen. Oprah Winfrey. Oh my goodness. Have you seen some of the clips with the Meghan and the Harry interview? Oh my goodness. It's like, I want it to hurry up and happen. It's going to air on March the 7th, but some of the clips are already out there. And the one that really struck me wasn't even with Oprah. Harry was actually with James Corden. And he was like, look, I had to get me and my family, meaning his wife and his child, out of the UK.
Yeah.
For mental health reasons. And he's like, he is really, really scared that what happened to his mother may happen to his wife. And he's like, we bounced. He says, we're still going to be, who we are. And, he's saying that, he was put on this earth to be of service to the people. So he's still, they're going to carry on, but just not over there.
Yeah, they in La La Land chilling.
But still, though, I'm like, I saw some of the pictures and some of the visuals. So can March 7th hurry up and get here? Because I want the whole.
It'll be here in 2 days, honey. That'll be all the rave and all that you see up and down Twitter and Instagram and every media outlet there is going to be talking about this. So I'm excited.
It's been a long time since
the
royal sat. All right, so check this out. Batman is a black man.
Hey. Go black
HBO
man.
Max is
Go.
coming out with a new audio series or a podcast, which is going to take a comedic kind of turn to the whole Batman story, but the Batman character is going to be played by Jeffrey Wright. Now, the thing is, Jeffrey Wright plays Commissioner Gordon in the upcoming Batman movie that's starring Robert Pattinson from like the Twilight, and stuff. Well, he plays the commissioner there. And so it's going to be very interesting that like he kind of gets to play you know him from like Westworld.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
That is something. Now it would be something even greater when they evolve and put the black man on screen as black Batman, honey.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the thing is, because there have been, several Robins, and reincarnations of that character. So one black step at a time. And those are your steamers for this week.
Oh, you know what, y'all? We'll be right back.
He going to the porn. Still popping. Tastes like coconut.
You know what? We'll be right back with Piping Hot here on Mocha in the Morning, because officially Jorge is full of them. He's full of them, and I love them every time. One black step at a time.
The views and opinions expressed on Mocha in the Morning are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official position of the show, its producers, staff, and sponsors.
All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I am your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and so excited to be here. It's that time for Piping Hot Topics. That's right. And I couldn't do this segment without my Mocha Marvel sisters and all of their beautiful glory. So let me go ahead and introduce and welcome them to the stage, Miss Kenya Woodard.
Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it through another week.
Yes. Miss Liz Everett.
Hello, Mocha Marvels. It's time to shine.
Ooh, I love it. Miss Kia Shakur.
What's up, guys? I'm so glad I work from home, so I don't have to get Cuomo at work.
Ooh, shade. And Dr. Jen Dobson, all the way from Hawaii.
Hi, good morning. It's early here, but glad to be on.
Look, that's dedication, y'all. Okay, it's like, I don't know, crazy early in the morning over there. Listen, I am so excited to have all these beautiful women, okay, because it's International Women's Month and we are here doing our thing. So we're so excited. We have lots and lots to talk to you about. But like the people say at church, we won't be before you too long. All right, listen, let's go ahead and jump right into the piping hot, which is T.I. and Tiny. Listen, okay, now T.I. and Tiny, they've been through a lot. They've been through some things. We've seen some things play out in the public eye with them, but this takes the cake, okay? There are women that are coming forward like, we are here to tell our story. We are not afraid to tell our story. We want y'all to, I mean, these people are speaking up. Kia, you think the judge gonna give them a little understanding?
No, but I like what you just did there. I feel like I can hear escape in the background. I can hear them in the background. But this went from online rumor to now a serious investigation in a matter of a month. I mean, these women, have gotten lawyers and attorneys and are asking law enforcement to investigate. If they didn't have proof, they wouldn't be begging law enforcement to get involved. So, I know we talked about this in our production meeting, even if they decide to settle out of court, it's still, their careers are done. There is no bouncing back from multiple sexual assault allegations like this. Like, these are major allegations. Underage girls, drugging them. That's a heavy load to try to come back from.
Yeah, it is. And it's such a shame. It really is just a shame that if this is true and this did happen, like, why? Why? When you have access to very willing, grown, consenting adults, you know, why would you do that? But I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Kenya, go ahead. Like you want to say something, girl.
Yeah, I was going to say this is kind of the same situation with R. Kelly and Cosby. It's the addiction to power. It has nothing to do with satisfying, well, not so much with satisfying any kind of, sexual fantasies or whatnot. It really is about having power over someone and just doing whatever you want with them. And then not to mention, T.I. especially has done a really good job of keeping up this facade that he is this perfect, father and husband and family man. And, which makes it really kind of difficult for people to be like, really? Did this really happen? But we'll find out soon enough. I'm anxious for the discovery phase of the whole thing.
I'm anxious for the surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary that will be on Lifetime within the next 12 months.
You already know it's going to be on Lifetime. Lifetime is snatching them up left and right. Right? All right. Well, I mean, we'll just have to see how that's playing out, but how it's going to play out, but we'll see. All right. Let's jump on to this Cuomo situation. And let me start by saying this. I am a Cuomo fan for both the governor and the reporter. And so I'm so like, really? Come on, man. I don't want this to be. I'm not discrediting anybody, but I don't want this to be. I really don't. Kenya, help me.
I always follow the rule of believing women. And so, listen, unfortunately, here we got a situation here where women are stepping forward and saying that Cuomo crossed some lines with them. And, there's been this thing where people are saying, well, he might have said something out of line or, not been totally on board with comments and whatnot. Okay, but if there was a line crossed, then these women have a right to come out and say that. It'll be interesting to see how this will play out because Cuomo has done a remarkable job of remaking himself over the length of the pandemic. Prior to that, he wasn't a very popular governor because he was sticking his nose in a lot of things that New Yorkers didn't like. Pandemic hit and he's like everybody's favorite governor throughout the whole country. And now we have this. So we'll see.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kia. What are you going to say?
The only thing that I want to say real quick is that anything that didn't happen at work, I don't think can be used against him. I know there's a picture of him at a wedding that looks inappropriate or whatever, but that's at a wedding. That's not a work environment. I don't think we can start bringing up people. Does anybody else feel like there's a weird line across them? Oh, at this one wedding where we were both drinking, he hugged me too long, or he kissed me on the cheek, or he tried to kiss me. I mean, at most drinking events, that's when people act inappropriately, as long as it wasn't too much. Like, does anybody get what I'm trying to say? Like,
no, because if it's unwanted, it's unwanted. Like, period. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I get Jen. Do you get what I'm saying?
I agree with Kia. I think there's a line. There's a line. Like we can't be like so sensitive, like to the point like, oh, he like came in to give me a kiss on the cheek, and now I'm so offended. Like, I mean, there has to be a line. Weddings and parties. Yeah, I agree with you, Kia. Like sometimes things like that happen, but yes, it's not acceptable. But I don't think that they should be like seen in the same light as in a business setting. You know what I mean?
So, Liz, what do you have to say about that?
I believe women. I mean, personally, I've experienced unwanted, advancements, and sometimes you just feel like you're just the target of things. You're fully clothed, you have on a turtleneck, and, sometimes people just feel like they have the right to say certain things because they're in certain powers of position. I am also a Cuomo fan and really hate that this is happening, but I go with believing women.
Absolutely. And I think the question is, excuse me, is there a line of separation? At the end of the day, no. I don't think there's a line of separation because, I mean, look at Trump, right? Not to even bring him into this, but when he was, talking about grabbing peas and doing this and doing that or whatever, that was out and about, or, you know, could have been on a set or whatever. But I think that any wrongdoing is any wrongdoing. If that's the case, anything that people do in the privacy of their own homes, we can't hold it against them because it's their own. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. So hopefully, you know, we'll get to the bottom of it. But it's very hard to put a line between, you know, whether it's professional or in your personal. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
I will say
My
this,
opinion.
there is a very huge difference between the way the Democrats treat this and the Republicans treat this. I mean, everybody remembers what happened to Al Franken. As soon as he had allegations that came out before he became a senator, pictures came out and stuff, they were like, you gotta go, we're sorry, but you can't be in here no more. And I feel like Cuomo's gonna get that same treatment of, yeah, we get it, you may not have done it, we're not really gonna wait for an investigation, you just gotta go. And the GOP doesn't do that. I mean, there have been a lot of GOP men, Kavanaugh, Trump, who have been accused. I think recently, the former Ronnie Jackson, the White House physician, he was accused last night of sexual advances towards women, and the GOP has said absolutely nothing. So if anything, these two groups of people are treating these situations very differently.
Right, because I mean, clearly the acceptance of things are just on a contrast in each party. So, but listen, I mean, this is a very serious topic, and we take it very seriously as a group of women, as a panel of women. We definitely take it seriously that you know, this is happening and women are coming forward, and hopefully justice is served if it's proven to be true. All right, so listen, let's talk about a couple other things here, moving away from not something that's so serious, right? But serious in your professional career, internships. Now, we can all talk about this, but an NFL reporter is being kind of, you know, she sparked the debate talking about internships and how, you know, we should be paid, everybody should be paid to do internships. Now, as a person who did unpaid internships, this is not a situation for me, not at all. Like, I went and worked for free because I wanted the experience. And so I didn't have an issue with unpaid internships. Liz, what about you? How do you feel about this situation?
I also took unpaid internships. I can say that it was very key, and I will still take an unpaid internship if I need to go, you know what I mean, to the next level. It's the exposure, you know what I mean, to that career. It's the exposure to how things work and how things run. And honestly, it is your ability to kind of pay your dues in a way, you know what I mean, just to really gain that initial experience. And it's very hard for me to understand how you would say that you shouldn't serve, you know, to earn your place in a way, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that you violate labor laws. I'm not saying that you know, have an abusive work environment or anything like that, but it is a huge opportunity to be able to, you know, just observe people in their environment and learn how papers are filed, learn how things happen, so that we really can understand how to launch our career in that, you know, place. Especially in the fashion industry, you see people really, you know, just learning how the back part of the stage works before they become the lead stylist. Otherwise, you're going to miss the entire job because you're not qualified. So, especially in my field of fashion and beauty and those kind of things, internships are huge, and they get people exposure to the industry and connections that they otherwise would not have had because they were not qualified to be there.
Now, Dr. Jen, let's talk about this for a second, and the money that happens that coincides with taking a free internship, right? And the conversation that we had before, I think with Kenya actually speaking about, that's how, you know, the fashion magazines and things like that were so white because these young white girls could afford to not get paid and still live in New York because their parents could afford to take care of them. How does that translate into, you know, diversity and inclusion and economics?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's almost impossible for a low-income Black family to send their child off for an internship. They would be needed to have some type of job to support themselves. So you're going to see a disproportionate number of white women and men in those internship roles, gaining that knowledge and experience that Black people are not going to be able to do and to accomplish as a whole. So yeah, there's a big disparity. I mean, I think internships are very beneficial, and if we could find a way to fund them through government sources for those that are low income, to allow people to go into these jobs, Black families, poor families go into these jobs, that would be fantastic, because they are getting free training and experience that they wouldn't otherwise get. But unfortunately, there is no funds really available other than taking out additional loan money to cover that cost, which I don't think is necessarily the best idea unless you really are dedicated to that particular profession and can expect a decent amount of level of income to come of it.
But let me add, I think this is on the industries. We're talking about billion-dollar industry, fashion, media. These are billion-dollar industries. They can't carve out monies for internships. Come on, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I do believe that, and Kia and I were talking about this. There's a difference, okay,
yes,
in working 2 days a week, for 4 hours a day, than you expected me to come in to work every day for 5 hours, okay, and I have no time to get a job to support myself. There's a difference, right, Kia?
Exactly. And that's what I was going to bring up. It's how the internship is set up should be determined if it's unpaid or paid. If you like we just said, if you're trying to come in 5 days a week and you're required a minimum, let's say the minimum is 5 hours, you absolutely need to be paid for that. I think anything from 3 to 5 days you need to be paid for. But if you're coming in or you're setting your own schedule based on schoolwork, then it can be unpaid. That's reasonable. And there are some institutions, and I think the fashion industry, Liz, might be able to admit to this, is that when you take those fashion internships, they ask for a lot, but you are also gaining a lot and you're getting a lot of doors kicked in, but they're asking for a lot for you to do for free. I couldn't imagine trying to be a fashion intern in New York. It just blows my mind, the stuff I've heard some of those girls go through. Like, it's a lot. Imagine being an intern for Anna Wintour. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Right, that part. But listen, speaking of fashion and fabulousness, Liz, honey, listen, we had some looks on the carpets for the Golden Globes. We had some Black women and Black men doing their thing, snatching trophies for Golden Globes. And we'll start with Miss Andra Day. Okay. Woohoo! Yes, Andra Day. Andra, is this her breakout performance?
Yes, this is her first performance.
Her first performance, okay? And she's already snatching trophies, okay? So we're happy to congratulate her on her win, the second Black woman ever to win, for Best Actress. I'm so excited for that. We had Daniel Kaluuya, who won for Judas and the Black Messiah, which was amazing. And then we had, who else? Chadwick Boseman, posthumously awarded for Best Actor for the Golden Globe for Ma Rainey, and John Batista. So we're doing very, very good with Golden Globes. Let's talk about some of the fashion that we saw though, Liz. Was there a favorite for you?
Oh my gosh. I honestly like Regina King and Louis Vuitton. Please give me more. I'm begging you. Andra Day and Chanel. I mean, what? Viola Davis, honey, she gave me my entire life in that dress. Such a beautiful print, the color, the body line, everything. But the most important thing for me was that each one of those women looked like proud Black queens. They just killed it. And I just was so impressed, honestly, at how each and every person represented themselves. And congratulations to everyone who won. But Andra Day, honestly, like, it was just so cool to see her in her very first, you could tell that she did not expect it. You know, she was kind of like, where's my speech? What's happening? Oh my gosh. And one thing that I do love, I mean, I don't know, I think some experiences will stay a little bit virtual, but the thing that I loved about it was you really got to see such an organic, reaction and such an organic experience with some of your favorite stars. It wasn't as, PR manufactured, and so I'm just loving having that really organic experience with some of our favorite stars.
Amazing.
I think one cool thing is that moving forward, you know how sometimes when actors can't be there, they just put the actor's picture and said, "Oh, this person couldn't be with us." I don't think they'll do that anymore. They'll say, just put your Zoom, just put your laptop and then your kitchen table and dress nicely, and we'll just hit to you when it's time." Clearly, we're able to do that now. So, sorry, stars, you'll have to attend these award shows even when you don't want to. There's no longer an excuse.
Right, exactly. So listen, and speaking of that, in a couple of weeks we have Grammys, and one of my clients is a first-time Grammy nominee, Michael Kilgore, and so we're excited to sit next to him, like, oh God. So it's exactly, and it's still a production, right? Because you still got to figure out who you're gonna wear and all this extra stuff, even though you're sitting at home, like what? But it's amazing to see. How beautiful our women, Black men and women looked and how they represented us. And Jen, one thing that I had there was a designer, Jason Bolden, if you know him, and Law, oh God, what's his name, Liz?
Stylist. La Roche and Jason Bolden.
Yes. So I saw live that they were doing yesterday or the day before, so a couple days this week, one day, and they were talking about that they're not called as often to dress stylists, style, Black or white. They're Black folks, yeah, but some of the white actors and actresses. And I think they were talking about did someone dress someone in Sergio Hudson or on the carpet, and the media made this big deal about it, and they're like, we've been dressing him, using that Black designer for a long time, and now it's a whole big thing because someone white did it,
right?
And it's just like, really, why are we still doing this?
Yeah. Well, I know we have to wrap.
No surprise.
I did have one thing I wanted to bring up real quick is the fact that I made sure you got super snubbed and everybody was mad at me, and I agree.
Who'd you say?
I May Destroy You.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
got it.
Yeah. And the lack of Black journalists that are part of the Hollywood Foreign Press too. That's an issue.
Your representation matters everywhere in every part of the
it
production.
does. There's only 4% Black people in Hawaii, so I had to come here and add a little bit more because representation matters. Okay.
Go ahead, Dr. Jen.
4%. Listen, before we wrap, that's crazy that you say that, Jen, because when I was 22 years old, I lived in LA. The company I worked for wanted me to move to Hawaii. And I was like, I can't do it. I'm 22, I'm single, ain't no Black men. I can't do it.
See, I told my husband, I said, if I was single, I would not be coming to Hawaii. I'm only coming because I got to.
Exactly. It's the truth.
Yeah.
But all right, ladies, listen. We love all of you. Thank you all for coming and joining us and talking. You all look amazingly beautiful. Kia, tell the twins we love them too. And Devin. And we are so excited to continue to expand our, Mocha in the Morning family. We have a new husband, we got new babies, and we're waiting on others to come on. Come on, y'all. We're excited. We'll see you next week. Thank you, ladies.
Bye, guys. Love you lots.
Bye.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Mocha in the Morning. Your Mocha Minute is brought to you by Black in Florida, your online connection to everything that's Black in Florida.
Good morning, Mocha Marbles. It's Liz Everett, your style and beauty guru, award-winning image strategist, and you guys know I love helping you rock life like a runway. Now, before we get into it, make sure you go over to Instagram and follow me at I am Liz Everett. I love interacting with you guys, and you guys can get daily fashion and beauty inspiration in my stories. Now, this month is Women's History Month. So happy Women's History Month to each and every one of you fabulous ladies. And that being said, I think it's important for us to take a little more time for ourselves and with ourselves as we celebrate and pour a little love on ourselves all the time. So I'm gonna give you 3 great products that will help you do just that. All right, product number 1 is Glam Glow's Youth Mud. Now listen, I love this stuff for my face, my neck, and my hands, right? I'm always on camera, so I love to make sure that my skin looks and feels great. But you guys know you're on Zoom all the time, you're in virtual meetings, and I want you to look and feel fabulous as well. So taking extra care of your skin is gonna be really important this month and every month. All right, next up, we have the Rising Star palette, which you know I got glammed up with the Rising Star palette. I love this palette. It's by Taina Norell, and you will love it too. Add a little spice to your makeup, ladies. Glam it up and feel fabulous this month. Now, last but not least, did you know that OPI has a fabulous set of colors that were released to celebrate Women's History Month? And I think you will love Madam President. It's one of my new faves, and I bet you'll love it too. All right, guys, thanks so much for your time. I hope that you pour a little love on yourself as we celebrate this Women's History Month. And make sure you go over to Instagram and follow me at I am Liz Everett. Tons of love to you guys. Mwah! Happy Friday, Mocha Marbles.
Hi, Mocha Marbles. It's Keisha Boyd, your host of Mocha in the Morning. Listen, my husband and I are celebrating 6 years of marriage, and our Black love is super, super important to us. And we want to celebrate you and your Black love. So make sure that you tag us with your picture. Tag us Mocha Morning Show, Mocha in the Morning, hashtag Black Love, and we want to sponsor a date night for you and your boo. So movie, charcuterie board, and it's sponsored by the Fun Foodie Mama, and this board's for you. So give us your pictures, show us what you got. We want to see all that lovey-dovey Black love because it's important to us, and we want you to know that we love your love. All right. All right, that was an amazing show, Mocha Marbles. Thanks for tuning in and being with us another Friday, the first Friday in March. Jorge, how you feeling, love?
I think it's hilarious that while I'm sitting here snacking, all of you are so into the piping hot topics, and I'm just like,
yes, I'm like, could you stop it and be still? Oh my gosh. Listen, Mocha Marbles, tell everybody about Mocha in the Morning. Share the show, host a watch party, but make sure you're following us on all of your channels at Mocha Morning Show. We want to hear from you. Share your pictures, your videos, all that good stuff, right?
yes, and happy International Women's Day to all of the women of the world.
Yes, who run the world, girls? Who run the... Hey, okay, you already know what it is. All right, see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.